Anyone says you're a psychic, how did that happen to you? Well,
Yep.
first of all, I don't read for myself because my ego's involved. So there's a really good question, by the way, that people have asked me in the past. I can read for myself, but if we could get false answers, if we want something strong enough, we could get a false yes. Or if we want it so strong enough, but we don't think we're going to get it, we could get a false no when it really is a yes. So like I said earlier, I work really hard to remove my ego from any of the information. And when you ask, where's the information coming from? God, angels, spirit guides, animal guides, our loved ones that have crossed over the veil, pets that have crossed over the veil, our, if you happen to believe in other things outside of this earthly realm, um, the answers come from all the above, and they come from you. When
Right.
I'm tuning into your higher energy, your higher power. But trust all of it. I believe in trusting first and then verifying. I look to see the best in everybody,
Right.
even the people that rumored or not. I don't listen to gossip. I refuse. I've had people tell me to stay away from someone. That's their experience with them. It doesn't mean it's going to be mine.
Right.
And I don't believe we should judge anybody ever. Period. That's what it says. Judge not lest you be judged. So why judge? But don't judge me either.
Right. Right. I love that. Lots of life lessons in there on top of trusting yourself, which I think could be a Gen X thing. And it might be just society that trusting yourself was not something we grew up with.
No, it's not. We were
We
not
were
taught.
told what to do, what life was going to look like, what we're supposed to do, what stages, and what's going to happen. And it was,
It
and then
didn't work out that way.
yeah, when it didn't, it was like, wait a second. So I like that you
It's
have
actually
that in.
it's actually really funny. Now looking back, but in 2009, I head back to New Jersey to go to my cousin's wedding, and I went to my old synagogue, and I went to visit my old rabbi, and after he immediately noticed me in the congregation, and he brought me back to his office when it was done, and I spent the next half hour yelling at him.
Oh my goodness.
I'm like, you did not. I said, you were supposed to be our spiritual teacher, and you did not tell me it was going to look like this. You didn't say, you did not tell me, you did not warn us.
Right.
And he actually said, you're right. He said, I could have done a better job. He said, but I'm going to take what you're saying and I'm going to use it moving forward.
Right.
So, and then of course we got to the good stuff and we got over my grief moment and this and that. And true story, I also had pneumonia at the time, but I didn't know it yet. I found out like 5 days later I had pneumonia. So I wasn't feeling well.
Right.
But yeah, it doesn't work out the way we think it's going to. But if you know how to use the tools, and if you know how to use the law of attraction, and if you know how to use, and I don't want to use a word, but utilize
Mhm.
the people that are there before you, readers and healers and Reiki masters and massage therapists and chiropractors, you could draw to you. Like I did the Scotland trip, you can draw to you the life that you want,
Right.
but you actually have to have the faith to believe it.
Yep. I know the whole law of attraction. I'm for it. I just don't think I have that strong enough belief in it
Faith.
to draw to, whatever it is. I think so,
But
it's
here's what's interesting though is you're already drawing it to you. For example, let's talk about even, and not to get political, but let's just what happened in terms of the shutdown. Everybody kept on talking about the shutdown, so it kept on going and going and going and going and going. I watched that happen with the drought in Atlanta when I lived there. We had a horrible drought. I mean, Lake Lanier was the lowest it had ever been, and it was getting terrifying. But this is all everybody talked about. So the longer we talked about, the drought happened. But then all of a sudden, gas prices started going up, and this is when they went up to over $4 or $5, and we
right.
had the gas lines like we did back in the 70s
Yep.
during the crisis. But they were now talking about gas, and gas kept going higher and higher and higher, but the drought ended.
Oh, right. Okay.
But the drought ended
Yep.
because what we were all collectively focusing on shifted.
Right.
So we have the capabilities. People will sit there and talk about dis-ease, right?
Right.
Because that's all it is. I don't care what you call it. And I know that I've already had a full hysterectomy for ovarian cancer, and a lot of Gen Xers I know are dealing with a lot of physical things that our parents and grandparents didn't deal with. Um, but it's really dis-ease. Dis means out of. It's our bodies being out of ease. But
Right.
what they do is they sit there and they talk about it and they own it. Like you'll see on commercials, my prostate cancer. I'm using one
Right.
that I can't get.
Right.
And I'm taking this for my prostate. Don't have one, I could use it, cancel. But you'll also hear me cancel it out just in case, because I
Right.
wouldn't wash it on anybody.
Right.
Don't own it. The more you focus on it, call it just I have never said it. If I have to talk about something, like you and I were talking about earlier about my foot, I will say I was diagnosed with.
Right.
But
Right.
not mine. So the law of attraction is working. If you're worried about bills, guess what happens? More show up, money runs short. If you start saying, I have everything I need, or even better yet, I'm grateful for
Right.
everything I have, and you start focusing on the gratitude, that's from where the rest of the blessings come.
Right.
I have on my floor mats, I moved here, I told you, from homelessness, yet my floor mats say thankful, grateful, blessed.
Right.
And every day before I eat, I say gratitude. I say grace even before feeding my dog. He has his own grace because
Okay.
he's eating meat and he's blessed that he has food. And when you focus on the good, the law of attraction starts to kick in. True story. I don't know if you know anything about diabetes.
I do.
I was diagnosed in 2021. 1 year ago, September 5th. My A1C, an average A1C, a good A1C is anything under 6, really, 5.5 to 6. Even 6.5, after that, it's pre-diabetic, then after 7, diabetes. 1 year ago, on September 5th, I had blood work done, September 5th, 24, and my A1C was 11.1. They were
Wow.
surprised I wasn't in the hospital.
Right.
But I didn't know any better. Um, but I was admitted into the hospital in September for my foot. September 25th, 1 year and 1 month. I was admitted into the hospital. My A1C is 7.7.
Okay.
In 1 year, most people, it takes years and 600 drugs, the
Right.
Mounjaros and this. I don't take them. Now, I
Right.
do take metformin because of polycystic ovary syndrome. I
Right.
was put on that in 2001 for PCOS, having nothing to do. But my A1C, why? Because every day I say I'm so happy and grateful my body has been restored to my natural birthright of perfect health. Because that's what we're told we're supposed to have, perfect health. We're
Right.
born perfect. I don't agree with where they say you were born a sinner. We were born perfect. It's only what we're programmed with, trained with, indoctrinated with, taught that changes that thinking. We are actually born naturally intuitive. We're up until 5, 6, 7, you're in the alpha state, directly connected to God's source. And you're beautiful and you're perfect. And anything that happens after that is solely because of teaching.
Right.
So let's teach each other. Let me teach you that you're perfect and
Right.
you're beautiful just as you are.
Right.
That's how you were born, and you still are that way.
I love that.